Hello, good evening, and welcome.
Hello
Good
there.
evening. Hi there. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Stargazing on Friday. And it's actually Friday. Uh, for a moment there, I was confused about what day I'm in and what time I'm in. We haven't played in a bit. We haven't played consistently in a bit. But that's alright. We're back at it again. And we're gonna do a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons. A little bit of sailing around on the ethereal expanse.
Yippee.
But since it's been about 2 weeks since we managed to play, Gabe, can you give a little bit of a recap to catch us up on the happenings of 2 weeks ago?
I can certainly try. So, last we left off 2 weeks ago, the party finished rescuing Numa, bringing her back to her pod, or so we hope, and left with a new allied air elemental for the moment, and some other business to attend to. We began to look around for requests or other useful contracts that we could get ourselves into and failed to do so. Instead, we heard rumors from the barkeep of the Seven Stars, and that being Red Jackie, of a flying monkey, something that none in the party know what is, because monkeys don't exist in Arkhona, in fact. That seems to be carrying some kind of glowing coin. And so,
One cake.
that being the closest to a quest that we had ever received until since we were here, we decided to go find said a monkey. Or at least some of us, particularly Zarius and Vittorio, while the rest of the party began to attend to other business like writing scrolls, in Tokus' case, for trading with Remy, the local not quite Minotaur, and bar trader barterer of goods. While I believe Lawrence was also doing some shopping around for a new armor and some other knickknacks. Eventually, Vittorio and Zarius managed to find this monkey, which is not a monkey, but it's a griffin that looks a lot like a parrot. I know it has a particular name, but I do not
Macaw.
have it
And
written down.
McCall.
A macaw griffin, which seems to carry this glowing coin. And with a bit of finesse, the two of them manage to take the coin, but because Zarius fails his spell, the griffin flees to the dismay of our resident hunter. Thus, they come back roughly empty handed, but they do have a coin that turns out to have the map of some kind of island with a little cross in a northern spot. And to anyone that's not even a pirate, it's easy to understand. Now that is a treasure map. So we went to Jackie, we told her about the griffin, and we told her about the coin. And then we decided to chart, in large part, the journey that we plan to take across the expanse. Indeed, this new island with treasure shall be our new first stop, because the party right now is penniless, at least for being in the expanse. And when people want Ethereum and we
Rich,
don't
what do
have
you
it,
mean?
I don't know about that. If people want Ethereum and we don't have it, we're in a pickle. So we decided to go visit this treasure island first and hope to scavenge some loot to trade off for information and the means to get underneath the ether, particularly underneath the maelstrom. That's gonna take a while though. Then we began a bit of a 10-day, a bit of a last preparations before we set off, where people did a few things. Tokas replenished his pockets by selling off some of his consumables and agreed with Jace, the local halfling, to host a banquet for the crew a couple of days before setting off. I believe someone else who did downtime last time was Zarius, who took this 10-day to go and ask around the local drakes for information about his draconic nature and how to further progress his transformation into a true dragon. Then, what we didn't yet resolve is Vittorio and Delphine's attempts into studying the island they were going to visit. Cleverly so, trying to figure out what exact is the place that we are sailing towards. Lawrence bought or will buy some materials for his rune carving and will indeed carve some runes during this downtime. While Vincent will get acquainted with the landscape of piracy and captainship, being as we are in the archipelago of pirates here in the Expanse.
That is indeed correct. Thank you so much.
No.
Well, Zarius
Take
is
me a
not
purple
here.
sword. Thank you.
Oh, of course.
Big.
Give you that 1 luck point, non-refundable.
Me with 7 strength. Yeah, I'll definitely take the purple sword.
That's all right. Who would like to start? Zargus is not here, so we don't have to worry about him.
I have already done everything. I do think we might. We want to buy some things from Arcane Acquisitions in this new 10-day.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Zarius wanted the Scroll of Divine Favor, which was 70 gold pieces. Vittorio one of Crusader's Mantle, which was 285. Lawrence needs 500 GP worth of materials for his runes, and I believe there is a blue elemental gem that will give us a pocket air elemental that we might want to grab.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
So that is what's affordable and purchasable, I suppose, in this stock. And we might. I do believe that we want to grab it, unless someone is against such.
I am all for it.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus that.
Then we have 2 air elementals.
Well, if that's what the gem is, yes.
And I think Ember said it's blue with white streaks, and I believe blue elemental gems have air elementals. Oh, there you go. Yeah, the emerald ones have water, the yellow have earth, and the red have fire.
Okay.
So it will be a nice little elemental to chuck at the ship when we are dead in the waters. I will mark down the pounds. I believe that is like 1.5 pounds worth of Ethereum from this exchange, but I'll make sure to write it down.
Yeah, it's in ounces, but I understand. A pound of Ethereum is
yes.
quite a lot.
What do you mean? It says right here, 1 pound per bar.
Leave me alone.
You clearly must have forgotten. So silly.
Yeah, that's it. I'm fucking stupid. I'm very silly.
Very silly.
So silly. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where
What's
is
it
it
called? I guess I could do the thing I said I was going to do, Amber.
Mm-hmm.
If that is fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
Vittorio disappears for an evening, and he returns to the crow's nest at breakfast time when everybody is having a nice little meal out on the terrace. Let's put that up there. Everyone's having a nice little, like, breakfast, getting up and ready to go on their day. And Vittorio stomps with his heavy boots up the wooden, like, spiral staircase that goes up to the actual crow's nest, which is where you guys have your little breakfast. On that plateau overlooking the city. In one of his hands, he's dangling a, like, a sizable-looking metal cage, and inside of it is a creature that is screeching like a demon.
What the
A
hell?
flurry of purple and green feathers like explodes out of the cage on occasion as the creature is like jostled around.
He did it.
It's okay, little guy.
He's witching.
Don't worry, you're not gonna be cooped up for too long. And
Its large black beak wraps around one of the metal bars and begins to chew it.
that's very understandable. I'm gonna stomp over to Tokas.
Blink. Put the sausage in my mouth. I look up.
I figured it would be, a good idea to figure out if this little guy had an actual connection to the coin. Since you said it seemed like the coin was, I don't know, part of something else or linked to something else.
Just go out and capture it again.
I mean, yeah, that's spent all
It's never
night.
captured to begin with.
Yeah, I know, buddy.
Feels like Zarius just dragged you down then. Well, I guess I can give it to me. I would like to do it after breakfast, but
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure, could do that. And hey, if it's not connected in any way, I'll go see if Red Jackie wants it, and well, if she doesn't want it, I have an idea. He says,
oh, maybe you could just let it go.
The bird boinks its big beak on like the bars a couple of times. It sounds like there's a bell going off. Boing boing boink.
He's witching.
can I attempt a little handling of the animal check?
Yeah, with
calm it.
disadvantage.
Yeah, to calm it down. Let's see. Crittery.
Your enemies.
No,
Your enemies.
we're enemies.
Yeah, you captured him.
Cannot believe it. You and the creature I beat and imprisoned is not my friend.
Amber.
This is nothing
Oh
like
my
Pokemon.
goodness
Amber,
gracious.
I'm just gonna say the little guy TM, he totally bites my finger extremely hard.
Off.
Then draws blood.
Remove.
What do you do?
What I do,
What do you do that you get like you for this result?
I like try to get down closer to the like being level with the cage.
It looks at you, like it stops boinking its beak against the thing, and it like kind of sits back and it stares at you with that big purple eye that it has. And the like feathers that were ruffled kind of go down. It's very calmly just like staring at you, looking kind of cute.
Like, yeah, this is not gonna be for long, buddy. Well, make sure you don't have to be cooped up. Okay? And,
You what?
Hmm?
I said, what did you say?
Oh, no, yeah, that, he says that I'm gonna make sure you're not gonna stay cooped up for very long.
Mm-hmm. Tilts its head at you.
Yeah, and then
It's hella pettable right now.
yeah, he obviously tries to pat it.
Yeah, it kind of like softly leans towards you in the same way that Pierre does, and so you're like, yeah, buddy, I got you. You put your fingers through the bar to go and give it a scritch, and you see the fucking evil glint in its eyes as it turns its head at the last moment and like crunches down on your fingers with that huge beak.
Yeah,
He has rabies.
yeah, I pulls the finger back. And yeah. I guess I deserve that. Yeah.
Got a taste of blood now.
So great idea. Just let it go. You don't have time to tame another bird. And our ship is not a zoo. We can't just grab everything we find. Don't have the
This is what I've been
supplies to keep
saying for months.
Yeah, well, you haven't been here for the start, so your claims are less valid than mine.
Oh,
Propose is sitting on a chair next to Tokas, like between Tokas and Jace. Atroport is sitting there, and she's just like looking between each of you as you're having this conversation, like a bystander.
Full understanding
So-
and comprehension.
Literally. So I'm afraid, as cute as the parrot is, we don't have the food to spare and the time to train it.
As I said, don't worry about it. I'm gonna see if Red Jackie wants it. If she doesn't, I have an idea.
Like what?
Well, that was Boiler's surprise. He says as he snatches a sausage off a plate.
Then why bring it up? He looks up with a like a little slight furrow on the brow.
That's for me to know and you to find out, wizard man.
Well, that's a good question, but like I only look. I just want us to see if it was connected with the coin or anything. But after
I'll check it out.
yeah.
But if I find it in the ship when we leave, I'll throw it overboard.
That's a really
Atropos like looks at you. She just like turns to you.
He looks down.
She
he holds
blinks
out,
with her
funny
blue
weird thing
eyes.
to say.
He looks down. He holds out like a little piece of like
No,
chewed
though,
up
guys, you
sausage.
look up. You look up.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
she is-
She's huge.
She's fucking huge.
She's big now. She's almost medium sized. He holds out like a little piece of like a sausage. Here, little baby. Yeah, do you need me to chew it for you, or is it good?
She just stares at the meat, and then she stares at her plate, which still has its food on it. She begins to eat from her plate.
Oh, eating from your own plate. They grow so fast. Tokas makes sure to grab like a little handkerchief and he cleans her cheeks when she gets food smeared all over her fur.
Fucking Bard in the cage is also looking at this scene.
Yeah,
It looks up at Vittorio.
I'm gonna
This
Try
is
to
what
do
you
it
want
and I
to
will
turn
eat you.
me into.
I'm gonna have a seat and have some breakfast since I've been out forever, and I'm gonna toss in some extra fruit in the cage.
It doesn't seem to be comfortable eating in front of you. And so it simply ignores the fruit that is like plopped down in front of it.
Well, shit.
Now a
Starve
puddle
them.
of fruit at the bottom. Well then, you've done that. What's next?
What's next is for Tokas to see if it's connected to the coin.
Yeah, I'll cast Identify on this bird, I guess. Don't think it's gonna be a magical bird.
Huge if true.
I mean, you could
Kind of see that. You kind of see that with your naked eye.
no, but you could
Naked.
which side when having the coin and the bird. You know,
That does less than it would do if I identified it.
Output.
yeah.
Output. I can't find my sheet anymore. They all look the same.
Rough, buddy.
That's pretty rough. Bam.
Whether it requires attunement, you choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell.
Yeah.
You touching that, Tokas?
Are you touching this bird
Good point.
for 1
No.
minute? Okay.
I guess
Give
I'll
another
hold it.
approach here.
Yeah. Um. I guess I'll hold the coin and near the bird.
Okay.
Not
You
not within biting range for sure, but you know,
you get the same thing
next.
that you got before. A coin.
Yeah.
Incomplete.
Yeah. Lewis looks up to the bird
The
after
bird looks at
like
the coin.
over a good minute. Nope, unrelated. This thing just grabbed it from wherever I found it. I don't think he even remembers where he found it.
I see. Well, okay. Not related. It's not related. That's fine. Figured, better safe than sorry.
Suppose so. I very much think this is just part of a horde of other coins. Most of the time, when an item is fragmented in such a way, it means that it's part of a similar collective. If it was completely separate from whatever other item completes it, then it would happen for items that are part of a set as well. But that is not the case.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Right. Well, I'm gonna go see if Red Jackie wants the little guy.
Of course, you do that. I'll keep on walking around. Need some business to be done still.
Yeah, as Victoria's walking away, he's like, yeah, me and Delphine have a lot of shit to get done as well.
Have
See you
fun.
around.
Bye.
Vincent's also dying.
Yeah, for some reason, I guess. By default, Vincent now also has a cold or a flu or a fever.
He's got
Fuck the
Aether
world.
fever. Darius hasn't showed up to breakfast. He's still in bed. He's struggling to sleep.
He's
Yeah,
hoarding sleep. He's too greedy to be awake and waste all the time he can see his dreams.
That's why
They say-
dragons.
he's
Time is money.
he's having dreams about like spending too much money and overpaying about stuff. Terrible. Oh,
A rough man.
that's very
Bad for the
rough.
guy.
You bring the bird to Jackie.
Yeah.
She tells you this is not a monkey.
No, it's definitely not, which I'm pretty sure we said when we came by about the coin.
Just confirming it now.
Imagine there's a different monkey with a different kind of coin.
What? No.
That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Be funny.
Don't get that confused.
But, no, I was just seeing if, maybe you wanted a little guy.
As like a pet?
I suppose.
A tavern pet?
Yeah, I suppose.
We take donations to the tavern, but usually it is shipboards, not birds.
Boards, birds. I'm dyslexic.
Crazy. Oh, well, no, it was just, yeah, just an idea. If you don't want it, that is also fine. Kind of let him go, or I mean, I do have a captain that doesn't have a bird. Well, Griffin, really, but
That's a stereotype, you know. Even if it's true.
yeah, no, I've seen quite a few around, so I figured it must be true.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
But you thought to offer the bird to me first. I think your loyalties are maybe in the wrong place.
Oh, negative karma.
Because you
well,
weren't being a huge enough pirate.
it was, since you were the one, asking about it. I mean, yeah, it's not a monk egg, but yeah, it's a griffin.
Oh, trust me, I also would not be keeping a monkey here.
Fair enough. Well,
Monkers.
all right.
I was merely curious. And you guys kind of looked like you needed something to do.
Bro, it's so much to do already.
Okay. Well, I'll not bother you more than that's all right.
That's alright, you can bother me anytime.
Yeah,
Where's
just
your big draconic friend?
I don't know, sleeping.
Mm.
Why?
He
You?
did drink quite a lot last night.
Oh, yeah, he probably did. I wouldn't be surprised. He has some trouble with his vices every now and again.
Wouldn't be the only one.
No, I suppose that's true. Huh.
Suppose I'll see him later then.
Yeah. Like, he looks at her and is like, Do you, like,
Wife, of course.
ask you for a bunch of information, or are you just, interested in him?
A passing curiosity.
Ah.
Oh,
He smiles and chuckles a little bit. He's like, yeah, no, that's fair enough. All right, I'll try to send him your way when I see him.
Of course.
Yeah, and I will take my leave and take the little guy TM with me, and
He takes the birds.
yeah,
A couple people like turn and look at you. They also have monkeys and like birds.
crazy. And I guess I'll
They're much better behaved birds, though. Much better behaved monkey.
yeah, I can imagine.
This one is loud.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll be sure to feed him and keep him around until the party.
Very well.
Yeah.
Whose research downtime are we doing?
I think we can do Vincent.
There's only two of you. Vincent,
Yippee!
you didn't fail to get any lore.
sheesh. But he didn't succeed at it.
I love the wording of that. You didn't fail. Oh, no,
But
Which means that you succeeded! Yippee!
yeah,
In theory,
that's how I'm seeing it. No, that's enough for me. I'm
Exactly.
okay. Go next. I succeeded. Let's go.
Finally, a W.
Surely.
Vincent,
Oh my
you
lord.
want to look less like a rookie.
I do.
There's
wanna be
nothing
him.
worse. Yeah, literally. There's nothing worse than looking like you have no idea of who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with, and you have absolutely no idea of what you're really dealing with in this place.
Correct. I know
What
shit
do you
about
know
fuck
about...
you.
I was about to say, what do you know about Drakes?
I know shit about fuck in this place. I know that drakes are very important people that are very powerful, leading. I suppose you could even say platoons worth of strength that have ownership over an isle or a fort, so to speak. Basically, they're like the mafia bosses of this place.
Well, yes, but actually, no.
Holy.
All of these people are drakes.
It's not
Zara's
just a
gonna become a drake?
to-
Was that a dragon?
Yeah, Zaris is also one of those people. But a different kind of drake. Drakes are pirates. Named so for one very specific reason. They are home. Their home place is the Isle of Drakes, which is, why they are called drakes in the first place. They are fortune seekers, they are glory hunters, they are basically just glorified thieves.
Hell yeah.
They love... There's only one thing that they love more than sailing, and that is squabbling over money and resources. And that's just about what they love doing, But they have two key principles which you become more than familiar with over the course of that week. 1. A drake will never bow to either the Kingdom of Iris or the Empire of Caroline. And 2, a drake will never take away another person's freedom.
These are my people, guys. I'm told.
They came to be a force within the Expanse, in large part to Teruko the Drake, a rather infamous pirate who sailed during the height of the war between the Empire and the Kingdom. She offered transport to stranded civilians, disillusioned deserters, and basically anyone who was looking for a new opportunity in life, and she would take money for it, and she would also take skills and trade as a payment in other ways. Some people weren't looking to get ferried between the Kingdom and the Empire, and in having no other place to go, she ended up basically hosting everyone on a cluster of islands in the Earthward Reach, which would later become the Isle of Drakes.
Pretty cool.
And she made each of them swear an oath. Only one, that was the only one that they had to adhere to, that they would never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, bend down to either the Irisian crown or the Caroline Empire. It was just that simple. When she was alive, things were different, People were loyal to her, and basically her ship alone was the only thing keeping this island bound together and kept everyone under the same flag. And sharing danger and profit with one another. Unfortunately, she died under mysterious circumstances at sea. Whoops. And that's when her crew fell apart. Yeah, a little bit suspicious. Haha. What could have possibly happened to her? Who knows? The opinions are very divided, we'll say, and anyone who has a different opinion immediately starts brawling with a person that has a different opinion from their own. So there's also not a lot of information to be gained on that part. What matters most, though, is that her crew basically fell apart and they began splinter factions of different crews. And so every person on this island is either a direct descendant of the Drakes, aka their grandmother or their grandfather or their father or their mother was a Drake, or they are descendants of crewmates that joined another Drake faction. And so your little purple-haired friend that has the really big ship, yeah, his mother was a Drake, but so are so many other people.
Makes sense.
I think the thing that Vincent... I think something that speaks to Vincent is despite the fact that these people are still very different and still very much don't get along largely in a like sibling rivalry kind of way, and sometimes also in a we'll fight to the death kind of way. Is that all of them have a very come what may approach to life and danger. It is better to live a very short life that is free than to have a very long one under the thumb of oppression. And so they don't really take captives. They offer everyone what they call the Drake's choice. You can choose blood, you can choose land, or you can choose Aether. You can either go for a quick death, you can become exiled on the nearest landmass that they find, or you join the crew.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Part of this shit.
Basically that. There are so many factions within the Isle of Drakes. There's no way you can begin to name them all. Some of them band together one day only to fall apart the next one. But there are a couple who have stood the tests of time. And that would be the Blood Lilies, which are all druids, the Thorn Knights. We'll just say they don't talk a lot to other people. There's a Children of Asteth, and then there is the Shipwreckers, which you have already become a little bit familiar with. Each of them have their own goals, their own agenda, and they have their own plan for what the Isle of Drakes should be like, but unfortunately none of them can gain a majority stake. Or maybe that's fortunate for the Isle of Drakes, But none of them can gain a majority vote, so to say, or share to actually take over leadership. And so the place kind of remains as it has been for 2 decades at this point. Kind of just a chaotic whole. Too unorganized, too disorganized to actually mount anything against either the Empire or the Kingdom, but also not fragmented enough that they can't fight them off, should there be a clash of swords. That's one piece.
And the
Yes.
fact that there's no particular ruling ownership is very fitting. Oh.
The second piece kind of falls into your lap. But it's not it's like if someone spills a cold glass of drink into your lap, it's not a nice little gift, we'll say.
Doesn't fill me with hope.
You're maybe 7 days into your downtime. You've spent it in various corners of the island getting acquainted with not just Velstaran Island, actually, but some of the surrounding isles as well, every now and again taking passage, a little boat for passage to the large caldera where everything is hot, or the island of the Bloodleys, which is largely abandoned at the moment, as many of them seem to have flown from their roost. But on the 7th day, you find yourself back in the 7 stars. And it's actually a rather nice night. It is filled, as usual, with a lot of revelry, a lot of competition, and an exceeding amount of rum. There is dice and chips clattering over the wooden tables. There's tankards sloshing. There's wagers raising their price and their volume. People are betting ships at some table. Somewhere in the corner behind you, you vaguely pick up the little bits and pieces of someone with a very gravelly voice, as though they've smoked for the past 40 years, recounting some sort of tale to capture the attention of maybe 10 odd other listeners around her. Before she can get to the height of her tale, it all goes silent. Every other person around you pauses. And their eyes turn up to the sky.
What the hell? Everyone around me just kind of like just goes absolutely silent and just has like a exorcism moment. Just, like, looking
Every
upwards.
single person just stops talking, stops what they're doing. Whether they are seated or laying on the floor or standing up, they all just go quiet and they look up to the sky as though there's something that they can see beyond the ceiling that you cannot.
Just takes a sip out of his drink, kind of hunches back down and looks around. Guys? Looks over to his left, like the nearest just random other Drake that might be around. Are they
There's
like
a-
eyes glazed over or like
There's a very tall, broad woman with a light green skin and these large tusks protruding from her mouth. Her eyes are not glazed over, but they are focused with such intensity up like to the sky that you can see like the little veins popping inside of the whites of her eyes.
Vincent gets like comedically close to the face, looks in the eyes, and then looks up towards the ceiling, towards what they're looking at to see if I can see anything. I'm guessing I just see a wooden ceiling.
Now you
Making
see
eye
a wooden
contact.
ceiling. Yeah, you look up at the ceiling and then you begin to hear whispering. It begins with one person and then another, and soon the entire tavern is sort of speaking in this low, eerie tone.
Okay, started to freak me out now. Joke's over, yep, played another one on the newbie. Guys? No, I'll nudge the green-skinned woman that was next to me. Just not like hardly, but just nudge their shoulder, a slight push.
She doesn't turn to you, but when you sort of like you try to grab her attention, it's almost like she begins speaking a little bit louder. And you can hear it clearly now.
What are they saying?
So say no farewells, for will none go alone, when sweet Lady Death calls us all to her home. Hunted above, pursued from below, will follow when Lady Death comes. She kind of shudders, and the last person to speak is the tail spinner that you heard earlier recounting her tale as she repeats the last line. Will follow when Lady Death comes.
And then they just kind of like snap back to normality. What happens? They just kind of like...
Everyone at the same time almost like snaps out of it, and they all look bewildered, like they've just seen a ghost.
Okay, so they were like aware of it. I just, for some reason, I thought for a second that they were just going to go straight back to normality as if nothing ever happened. But they all do seem like they're a bit shook, as if like they've.
Yeah, they definitely look like they don't know what just happened.
Are you
Never
okay?
happened.
You just kind of tranced or something. I'll kind of like wave my hand in front of her.
The woman beside you turns to you and she blinks a few times. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure what just...
But you're aware it happened. That didn't just go crazy, right? You're aware that that just happened.
I mean, yeah, I was there as well as you were.
Okay. I mean, that's better, I guess. Does that tend to happen often?
Well,
Does that rhyme or
of
reason
course,
mean anything?
of course it doesn't happen.
No, that would be ridiculous. But you said that there was a lady that was spinning these tales, right? Someone else.
Yeah.
If I glance my eyes over to her in particular, is she like surrounded by other people that maybe she came into the tavern with, or is she just kind of by herself? Does she look more shook than the others, or can I make like a not an insight? It's not called insight.
Hey, you make an empathy check to see how she feels.
Yeah, just to try and get kind of like a read on her. Does she look like she knows more like than the other people? So empathy. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
You take a quick glance at her and the people around her, but you get the sense that she also doesn't quite know what just happened. There's a sort of like nervous tension that is now hanging in the air. Although, well, actually, you see a few people in her group making a couple of like superstitions motions as though they're like literally trying to ward off like evil or something. Like,
Yeah, I get you. Like an old lady.
but then there,
I get you.
yeah, but then there's a guy at a table at the far end who like offers up a round to the tavern, and then like the tension slowly begins to like break again, as people will gladly take the distraction from whatever the fuck just happened.
Do you have that in writing, by the way? What they said? I only caught like the first two sentences.
Yeah,
Yippee.
I do.
Wonderful.
How
Thank you.
lovely.
Here you go. I did not realize. Wait.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Can Discord actually capture sound?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, it's capturing. Yeah, yes.
Me when Discord
I didn't know
captures
that.
sound. Absolute cinema.
Me when my voice has been recorded.
Absolute cinema.
Absolutely. I did not realize we were in this channel. Whoopsie.
Yeah, no did I
I
think.
mean, we can just move over to the correct one.
Yeah, that's alright. But yes, Vincent, that happens. It only takes a couple of minutes for people to like begin trying to like go back to normalcy. Like they're like, yeah, let's forget what just fucking happened. You know, like we don't talk about that. What just happened?
Vincent will definitely linger for a bit because he's intrigued at a number of things. He's like, one, why did that happen to me? Two, if I linger, maybe someone might start like saying, like, "Oh, I remember this. This was like a old maiden's tale," or like, "I remember this saying," or "I've heard a sailor say this before." Like, he'll just linger around a bit to see what the general consensus is, or if the group here, the patrons here, are just going to immediately just not talk about it and just like carry on with their lives. So
Oh,
he's going to
there's one
linger.
person. Yeah, there's one person who makes like a comment, after you've done your questioning to the tall woman beside you. There is an older looking, you're pretty sure they're male lizard folk. His scales are a little bit dull and chipped in some places, and he hisses to you that it's just an old song to scare children.
Yeah, sure, man.
Right.
My old songs to scare children definitely possess people.
He possesses the children, so they
Yeah,
know not to act up.
He will kind of push at
Exactly.
it a bit. He will say, right, doesn't seem like much of a tale if that just happened to everyone. Surely there's a bit more to it.
Kind of flares his nostrils. He speaks in a way that I would definitely not be able to reproduce, not if I tried in a million years.
Good thing
And
I
he
haven't
also
had a
doesn't
conversation.
seem to want to. Either he doesn't want other people to know that he's talking about this, or he's also superstitious, and he doesn't want to speak the words out loud or too loud for another reason. But he will tell you of a woman who is as tall as a ship's mast and as quiet as a shadow, who has a pale gaze that casts upon the entire sea from atop her titanic galleon, which is called the Adumbral End, which forever cuts through the aether in search of souls.
Huh.
She is a minor divinity here. Mm-mm-mm.
Alright.
The Lady Death. Minor divinity, yeah. Death death is clearly not as important to these people as some other like fire,
Failing and boozing. Oh my god, is there a god of boozing here?
No,
Gotta be.
stop.
Oh,
What the helly?
my God.
Sorry, you haven't done
Truly.
any research into the like minor divinities, so like, what do you know?
Minor
Real.
divinity of boozing.
We need a
Understood.
Dionysus.
There might be one. Maybe there is one. Who knows?
Maybe we'll meet
But they
them.
call her. Maybe you will meet them, but you'll have to find out some more about them. About this lady, though, they call her Desdemona. And she has seen the fall of every civilization that has ever dreamed of ruling the expanse.
Could you run the ship name by me again? Desdemona.
I
And the ship
can.
name
I can
was...
even write it down for you. It's called the Adumbral End.
Thank you.
Dumbrel?
Mm-hmm. Full of shadows.
I don't think I want to go board that ship.
You don't want to?
One round of getting hit by a couple of shadows, and I'm one of them.
Correct.
Well, okay. Vincent will kind of pull up his hood from his cloak. I think I should leave. I need to see if anyone else has seen this. And Vincent will try and regroup with other people from his party to see if it's not just happened in the tavern, but like it was like across the aisle, everyone just like spazzed down, just looked up, and just kind of like started glaring at the sky. So he'll try and keep himself a bit to himself, more concealed, and then leave to try and find the rest of the group to see if they saw the same thing or heard the same thing.
Your party is a little bit scattered that day, but they too must at some point adhere to the social norm of sleeping. And not just social norm, actually, to the physical need, the physical necessity of sleep. But the chances that they have noticed something similar are low. Most of them were busy studying in their own quarters or at very remote locations on the island. At most, they would have maybe seen a single person do this, but not an entire group of people.
It's because Vincent is dead. So Lady Dev was like, oh, damn. That's a lot of nice, juicy energy.
Coming to get him.
I guess whenever the group would eventually, I mean, feel free to go to someone else before we'll kind of end up meeting up at the same point back on the ship or wherever we might meet back up. But yeah, I guess Vincent will eventually. I'll go through it and ask the rest of the party as well. Be like, yo, did this happen to you guys as well, by any chance? So when eventually I get that opportunity, I'll do that. But yeah, feel free to go and carry on with anyone else.
Party.
Yeah.
Hey,
Vincent comes to you,
PP.
a little shaken.
Hello, Vincent.
Hey. Talk to us,
Oh.
man.
Are we like on the
Talk to
ship,
us.
or like where do we end up gathering back up?
I mean, usually I would.
Most of-
Sorry,
Oh, that's okay. I mean, you can say so.
I was gonna say I would assume that we most of the time are like meeting at the ship if we don't have work to do, because there's a lot of stuff to do there, or at the crow's nest as well. Though I imagine we don't stay there for much of the day.
Then it is your choice.
Yeah, I think the ship is pretty reasonable.
Very well.
Alright. Well, Vincent will walk across the plank onto the deck of the ship and just kind of walk past a couple of our own crewmates, find the vast majority of you guys. You'll see him kind of look over his right shoulder as he pulls his hood down. He'll take another couple of glances over his shoulder, looking back towards the dock. And he looks more pale than usual, even though he's a very pale boy anyway. But he looks a bit more pale than usual. So, anyone else dealt with some weird, freaky trance with some sort of fairy tale about some lady death?
Lucas Blinka. I think elves are the only ones that trance. No, not really.
Well, Vasily trances too, in a way.
Isn't he also an elf?
I guess I took that in too much of a literal
Well,
term. No, I mean, I was just minding my own business in the old stars, and everyone just kind of stopped talking and doing things, and then they all just kind of glared upwards as if they were being like beamed up by something. I didn't. For some reason, I remained completely conscious throughout all of it. And then they recited some sort of like kid's tale or like something to do with Lady Death. Which, after doing some digging, I found out a whole lot more of scary things about what's beyond the horizon. But before I even move into that, did anyone else see that? Like, I don't know, just random people walking around, just all of a sudden stop? At about, I can't even say midday because there is no like time here. It's all just fucking twilight all the time.
Well, I can't say I've had any
a while ago.
visions or experiences, no? Seems like it was localized to the tavern.
yeah, I didn't hear anything about that. But I've been writing away, so.
Yeah. Yeah. No, can't say I really noticed anything. Don't think Dolphin did either.
Seems weirder then. Well, why would it just be on the tavern? And why was I the only person in that tavern that didn't get tranced?
Now that's a more interesting detail. One I cannot answer, I'm afraid, but I suppose the investigation in the taverns do.
Help me out here. If the other people that are here, the other people that are in the expanse, are they native expanse people, or are we all here that? How do I put
There
this?
are native people of the Expanse. That would be the astral emergence that we have learned from the captain, the other captain. Those who die in the Expanse and that are reborn from the Expanse are considered natives, but everyone else hails from other worlds, other dimensions, other planes. So no one really is a native besides them. But I don't think that's the common quality in this case. The only trait that you don't share with the people of the tavern is that we are new here.
That's what I thought. I was maybe thinking that perhaps if people that aren't from the expanse originally, maybe it doesn't affect them. But if you say that most people here are from other worlds, then never mind. That was
Yeah,
my theory.
perhaps it's some kind of thing that the drakes do. Maybe a ritual of imbibing something that leads them to be affected by whatever happened, but not that I would know. I think the best thing to do would be to research. Giving the tavern a visit and the appropriate inspection, I suppose, would be a good way to find out what happened. Can't promise we'll find out why, or why you weren't subjected to it, but it's worth to take a look. Especially if someone's playing funny business around the drakes. We don't want troubles right as we're about to leave.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. This felt different. Um, either way, the tale that was said, they all whispered in unison. They spoke about something to do with a person called Lady Death calling for them or coming from them. I did a bit of more digging with some of the folk at the tavern. Most of them were quite on pins to even talk about it, even though they quickly brushed me off by saying it was just a children's story. But the adults, seemed inclined to not be talking about it. But I did manage to get one of them to speak. Supposedly, it's a captain of a galleon, a large ship. Her name is Desdemona, or they call her Lady Death. Well, the name of the ship is the Adumbrel, the Adumbrel's End, something along those lines. Not that I know what Adumbrel even means, but
Lawrence would 100% know what a dumbrel means.
Shadowy.
Well, it is rather normal to not want to speak of those who embody death itself, lest you want to call it upon yourself. That's not weird in the slightest. I definitely did not hear of people embodying such concepts, but I suppose it is in abstract perception of divinity, unless it is a god-made man. That would be rather troublesome to meet while sailing the expanse.
Yeah, considering how big they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Be like an island on the horizon. See it
it's
coming.
really odd. She was described as being as tall as the masts of the ship itself.
Well, that does not fill me with confidence. I guess if we see the ship of Lady Death incoming, we should probably move away.
I mean,
I think. Oh, sorry. No, please continue.
I mean, I know I'm dead to the best of times, but Am I going too far here to try and relate this to... Well, and he'll do kind of air quotation marks, Lady Death of our own world? There's a lot of similarities here in terms of physical description.
Physical description being as tall as a mast. Find it difficult.
Pale.
I think that's the physical description of most corpses, to be honest. There's a lot of similarities between avatars of the dead. In whatever realm you might visit, there is a very likely chance that they'll be draped in thin black robes and skeletal and gaunt, pale, and with whispering voices, things of the likes. That is because people experience death in very similar ways across multiple conceivable realities. But I do not believe that Our Lady Death is this Lady Death, particularly considering that Our Lady Death is, a woman stuck inside a tower in a cursed city and too preoccupied to take care of her own children that setting on a voyage in the expanse.
No, it just also seems rather odd that, well, me of all people didn't get affected by it.
It's definitely something to consider. Maybe your connection to Our Lady Death has something to do with the fact that you were not entranced in such a way. Again, there's only a few ways to figure that out, and that would be going into the tavern. I can probably cut some time to have an investigation later on.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't want you to waste your time. I mean, I don't know if it's going to bear any fruit. Most people there seem to just very quickly move on with their lives. I don't know. Like I said, feel free to. I just don't want to waste your time. I don't know if it's going to be very fruitful.
Mysterious magical phenomena are never a waste of time, especially if it's strong enough to control an entire crowd of roughed sailors. It's definitely not something normal, and if he was someone, it's probably a powerful someone.
Just eating my own head. I feel like wherever I'm going and whatever realm we end up in, I somehow have some sort of Lady Death looming over me. I'm starting to freak my own self out.
Yeah, well, maybe you attract death, which is definitely not something you'd want, but alas.
Yeah, maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it's just a coincidence.
Also very likely. I'll go give it a look just to make sure. Once I'm done with my own business here, I'll take a visit to the tavern. Oh, well, maybe I should do it immediately, else the traces of whatever magic that lingers will get muddled.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I can take care of like party favors like while you're out. I mean, we already picked, right? So like, just go. I'll take care of it.
Yeah? Are you sure you're gonna be okay?
Just about everything is done right now. Just go.
Very well. Well, I've got the funds, so whatever you need, just you just tell me and I'll provide.
I mean, at this point, you guys have already settled like how much you're willing to spend on this feast. So
That's true, but if she
We're
wants to put a
7
little
days
extra
in.
at the last moment, I don't mind at all.
Damn. That's gonna
We'll
get
see.
expensive.
Everything for her, honestly.
We can talk about
Anyways.
that in a moment.
Yeah, I guess I'll take upon Vincent's invitation and head to the tavern, because if there's any magic to be inspected, then I'm gonna have to do it quickly, else the absolute freak of natures that are in that tavern will make it impossible to investigate.
Mm-hmm. All right. Tokas goes to the tavern to pick up some little some traces. You're gonna be casting some spells.
Yeah, some detection of the magic, some things of the like.
Very well. If you cast detect magic, you will find in the area not just the tavern, but almost blanketing the area, the entire area, maybe even the entire isle, maybe the entire expanse. You do not see an end to. It is, even as you're stepping around and you have like your little bubble of detect magic around, there's no, you cannot find a corner or a border to this effect. Divination. Traces of it like little droplets of mist slowly fading away.
Sauce. Is it possible to identify some kind of spell?
How would you like to try and identify some sort of spell?
I would like to use my witch sight, which in Tokusa's case is a very tactile sort of experience. And I would like to compare the feeling that I get from trying to zero in this magic, this latent traces, to the spells that I cast, spells that I know.
Alright, make me a witch sight with intelligence.
My brain's squeezing. Witch sight with intelligence is the. I'm gonna make an appraisal check because it's the same thing. 24. I am the master toucher.
It is difficult to piece together an answer from so few clues. It is like combing over a house where a murder took place and all that you have are tiny little strands, like a scrap of fabric or a single hair from someone's head. Sure, if you hold it up under a microscope, you can see the fibers, and you might be able to tell what color the person's hair was. But that doesn't make it any less difficult to put together clues. But the divination list, to your knowledge, is not huge. There are, of course, spells that you might not even know yet, or might not even be aware of yet. But the specific combination, the way that this spell lingers, how long it lingers, and how quickly the magic that is gathered here dissipates. You measure it all and you extrapolate that information. And you're fairly certain you are looking at 4th tier magic. The literal divination spell.
Interesting.
Find an
And
area,
magic.
drop a curse.
A type of magic that allows a person, a single diviner, to ask a question regarding some sort of goal or event or activity that will occur within 7 days.
Sus.
Oh boy.
And the answer was, "You're gonna fucking die, bozo." I'm like, interesting. Very well. That's a good question. Because what the hell was said question? I do not know, but also it feels like it definitely did not receive a positive answer. If that's what happened, and that's what the people said. Very interesting way to manifest your answer, to be honest, as a gun. Fucking mind control a bunch of people around the caster. In that case, I guess it's been too long at this point. I guess the Perdicaster might have already left, so I'm not gonna. Actually, I'm gonna try anyways. I'm gonna try to either follow this trace of the spell, see if I can basically chase down the caster, or if I can identify someone that seems to be powerful enough to wield 4th tier magic in the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever is most feasible.
Very well.
Hello.
Hello, Dirix.
What are you people doing here?
Huh. You definitely should have moved.
Yeah.
Having a
We
session.
forgot that we were hosting D&D in this channel instead of the other one. It was just... Whoopsie.
Hey.
Ba-da-ba. Oh, I love that my
And
soundboard plays
now
now.
we are in the proper channel.
Whoops. Sometimes we make mistakes.
Tisk, tisk.
Tokas, you rolled pretty high.
Thank you.
You basically scout across the whole island, racing against the clock. Magic lingers. How much magic is gathered, how much energy it costs a caster to pull it forth from, well, let's just say the warp, but we're there, technically. Even if it's a little bit cocooned off.
From the seas.
Yeah. The more energy and power it requires to pull to this, this realm, the longer the traces will last. A cantrip, you can pull that from latent magic around you. A first level spell, maybe even. But the higher you go up in tier, the longer they last. Some high tier spells can be traced back for an entire year. Some spells that are now forbidden because they reach far too high for mortals might even leave a permanent effect on an area. And so you race against the clock, and you find yourself in one peculiar place just before you lose track of the last strands. At the very top of Volstaran Island, just about the center of the Isle of Drakes, where the Egghead's egg hangs low in the sky. But the Egghead is not home.
Oh.
Someone used this egg.
Oh, interesting. Is there anyone nearby?
I would let you roll, but that would be like unfair. You will not. There's no one in the immediate area.
What do you mean unfair?
Like I would say, oh, you can roll, but then like I know that the result will always be negative. So like I will
That's
let
what you
roll.
mean. Okay. I'm like, you'll be unfair. Like, what?
Be unfair to Vincent, who is being.
Who's trying to sneak around? Yeah, you're right.
Vincent, who's trying to stay hidden from you, you know.
So real, classic Vincent playing pranks on
Me when I Vincent cast divination.
Yes.
That makes a lot
Don't
of
want my
sense.
party to know I have 4th tier magic.
Oh,
I'm actually
nay.
a lich.
Yeah,
Real.
imagine.
Lich Moab.
Faust didn't just zip a Vincent's mouth, he fucking completely replaced him.
Oh,
Good.
no.
Yeah, I thought that was clear.
Got cooked. We didn't
Swap
even
places.
Simulacrum.
know that. Yeah, real.
But yeah, someone was here,
Yeah.
but they're not anymore.
I sadly can't. It's like price of memory, the stone under my feet. I'm afraid I'm gonna need to learn speak with plants and speak with dead to be able to do it.
That's true.
but I guess what can I do? Actually, it's a good fucking question.
You know, if only you had somebody who's really good at tracking, but like not in a magical way.
If
That'd be
only he could
something.
teleport right next to me. Yeah, that'd be great.
Manifest directly into your butthole.
So real. Taking a look at my
Classic tutorial.
spells. I don't think there's much I can do with what I have. Okay. And the egg you said is empty. The Eggman is not present.
That is correct. There's no egghead in the area.
Very well.
No egg?
Tukas will hit the group chat so that everyone is able to hear this. I'll say, right, took me a couple of minutes, but I've traced the effect of what happened in the tavern. Vincent, you were onto something. It was definitely Lady Death that had a hand in what happened. It was someone that tried to commune with a god, particularly her, I would assume. She manifested her answers through some kind of psychic communion with the rest of the people in the tavern. I'm still not sure why that didn't happen to you, but maybe it's some part of oath that the drakes sign, something of the kind. I'm not quite sure. I've traced the caster up to the peak of the island, but there's no more traces here, so either he's disappeared, teleported away, or he's hidden somewhere. Maybe Vittorio could trace him down. I'm definitely not that kind of tracker.
Yeah, sure. I'll hoof it over there. I'll see if I can pick something up.
Okay, I'll fly on over.
Well, avoid
I'll go
being
with
too
Vittorio.
obvious. If they think we're looking for them, they'll probably try harder to find.
That's a good point.
But I'll fly even higher then. Time to go really far up. I'm just a bird, guys. I'm just a bird.
I'm just a bird. But yeah, Vittorio will make his way over there.
All right. You trek up to the egghead's egg, the cross sea ascending. Takes a good while to walk up there if you're not flying. And when you get there, Lawrence was already perched on the egg.
I've had enough time to do a perception check, I imagine.
Yeah, you can.
Yes! I can make a check this session.
You want to make a check? Forbidden.
Ah!
DM, take his check away.
The assistant DM has barred me from my sheet. Please help.
What?
Amber.
What?
With my bird's eye view of the of things, would I be able to get some kind of bonus, some lekker courting?
I'll keep it in mind.
Excellent. Observation at 12.
Very well. Lawrence, you keep a bird's eye view of the island. You see plenty of people. No one in the direct vicinity of the higher reaches of the island, though. Although, usually the Egghead's place is quite popular, so maybe it's like a known fact that the Egghead wouldn't be there today, although you're not really sure what an Egghead would do on their day off. If they even have a day off, that is. Try as you might, though. Even as you scan from the sky, you don't see anyone sneaking around or hiding around here. It's just you and the egg. It is warm to the touch, as though it has been baking in a sun that is not here.
It's clearly just being used. It's fresh.
It's cooked.
Real.
Eventually, the rest of the party catches up to you, but they too don't run into anyone on the way there. No one who wasn't already out in the streets, half drunk, or incapacitated for some other reason.
Maybe this person is drunk and or now incapacitated after trying to contact a divinity.
Felt like I was sleepwalking.
Zarius, you
Zarius!
feel like fucking shit. Zarius, you haven't slept a wink all night.
Yeah, that's why.
Actually, that's not now. We can get back to you. We will see if you're still alive by the time this happens.
Oh,
smell.
very nice.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, guys, it was Zarius all along.
Fuck! It was me!
That's crazy.
Great work.
I mean, once Victoria gets up here, they'll just start looking for the freshest track.
Mm-hmm.
Might.
Well, I know what your tracks look like,
Cooked.
so
Absolutely cooked.
Yeah, go ahead, make me a tracking check.
Let's see if this is set up correctly now. I don't know. Nope. What about this? Is that correct? +2, +3, plus. I guess that's correct. And a D6 from my profession, which is a 6, for a total of a 21. As he gets down to the ground and tries to find the freshest set of tracks that does not belong to Tokas, or, well, Lawrence was flying, but in case Lawrence has stepped on the ground as well.
No,
Lawrence, you know you didn't see anyone in this area.
Yeah. I tell that to
Vittorio,
our security specialist.
Vittorio, you too only see Tokas's tracks going in and out of this area. But that's when you realize. You do a double take.
There's another gnome.
You rolled pretty high here. So you crouch down just a little bit, and you look at Tokas's tracks, and you see that the tracks that Tokas has made going out, someone has taken very careful care to tiptoe inside of Tokas's tracks, but their feet were larger.
How did they? Oh.
They walked in your shoes.
They walked a mile in your shoes. Now they understand how you feel.
They
Wait.
clearly don't.
No.
They
wait.
lead back to the lower parts of the island, towards the main road that leads here, where it goes from a sort of dirt path into the cobblestone.
Okay. I mean, I will. As he realizes, like, okay, no, I got something. This way.
Being bamboozled.
But at the cobblestone,
Yeah.
they disappear.
Yeah.
He lied.
Where to
We
now?
had something.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit hard tracking on cobblestone, but someone, someone used your own tracks, Tokas, to try and hide their tracks somehow.
That's rough. So they came out after me?
I mean, they must have.
Right, that's well, Vincent, can you all just use your glasses?
Oh yeah, this must have just happened. And he will bring his glasses down, mutter the words, and look into the past.
You see Tokas.
Yeah, that would be crazy. And the diviner divining things.
Holy shit.
Crazy work.
Tokas in his new boots. It's
Real.
it's Brocass.
It's Atropos.
What the hell?
It's exactly 1 hour in the past.
Hmm.
Dare
I say sus?
Stop.
Incredibly suspect.
Vincent, you look back. There's nothing for a while. And then suddenly, an individual comes into view. It is I would say, medium height, lanky man with hair that brushes over his shoulders. It looks shiny, flaxen almost. You know that it is a very light color, because everything in your glasses is a little bit pink, so you know.
Yeah,
but it's
that
a
is.
light color. And he has a little bit of beard growth in the mustache. He's got a very long cloak draped around him as well, to obscure most of his body, but his most prominent features are elven ears.
No.
As he skitters up the ladder into the egg. And a short while later, actually it's quite some time. You went all the way to the boat, then Togas went to the tavern, and then he went up to his place. Yeah. A good while later, you see little Tokas arrive here. It's like there's a ghost version of Tokas standing next to the actual Tokas right now. Who stands here for a bit, looks around, sees that the egghead isn't there. And as Tokas vacates the area, you see a head pop out of the bottom of the egg, skitter down the ladder, and very carefully tread and retrace Tokas' steps.
Victoria, you need some parchment and some drawing things. I'm going to describe him to you. You're going to do a caricature. Okay, so he looks like, and then as I'm like looking at him, I'll start describing what this man looks like to
Yeah.
Victoria.
Vincent is like walking backwards, like describing what this guy looks like as this guy is like sneaking.
Yeah, sure. I'll do my best.
Get it?
Bippity bob. Half proficiency, so that's this rounded up +2, and it is that's just for a +4. All right, let's go.
Come on.
Oh,
Oh no, I can't see it. It's
oh,
A natural 1, I see. I don't see
Oh.
the roll. Oh, here it is. Oh my lord.
Ew.
Ew, terrible artist. Look at this poopy drawing.
Yeah, no.
Point of the laugh.
you just end up with
Something
like
like that.
stick man.
Laugh at him.
Be like abusive parents that look at drawing a 4-year-old child and laugh at him for being so bad.
Don't be like that.
This is terrible.
The proportions are definitely off.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a guy who has elf ears and he has like a beard. But it's not a very good. It's not a very good portrait.
I'm thinking that the proportions are basically like that Ilmari drawing. Like
oh
it-
yeah, he
very
drawn chibi.
yeah, like very compact and chibi for some reason.
He's
you
like, that's what
try
all
your
elves look
best,
like to me.
When you tried your best and you don't succeed.
I lift my glasses. Okay, and that should be it. What do you got? I'll look over to Victoria's.
I
So what the fuck
chose-
is
Victoria's like still drawing. He's like drawing and drawing and drawing. He finally turns it around to you, and there's like just a chibi elf.
He just looks at it in as genuine silence. You can hear the lack of wind, just like literal silence as he stares into this paper. Like,
For a moment, one might wonder if this is what Vittorio thinks all elves look like.
Yeah. As you look into Vittorio's eyes, you realize he's lopsided today. That's his mutation.
Oh my god.
His mutation today is that he's racist.
He has chibi vision today. Everyone appears like a little Muppet cartoon character.
Hey, what's
Oh
your
my
mutation? I have 2 more arms. What's your mutation? I have tough skin. What's yours? I'm racist.
I have Muppet vision.
Oh, no.
Damn, truly.
Yeah, Victoria's looking at Vincent, who's looking at this and being quiet. And like, I mean, I know it's like, like not my best work, but you were just yapping really fast and walking at the same time.
No, it's good. It's
Best I've ever seen.
It's one of your best works.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't. You know what? Victoria doesn't even
We've been practicing abstract.
need to roll an empathy check to realize.
Oh, a very impressionist of you, Vittorio. You're really reading up your schools.
Oh.
yeah. I mean, this is basically what I was saying. Yeah, no, this is slaps the piece of paper. This is it. This is our guy.
Look at squints his
Alright.
eyes. That looks like every person with pointy ears I've ever seen.
Okay, Tokas, that's quite racist of you. Calm down.
Tokas also has the
What
race.
say? Is this Amari?
Right. It looks like this.
It has a beard.
Kind of like starts touching.
Oh, that's the
Starts touching
beard. I
around.
thought it was like the coat.
Oh, that's Mara's beard before she shaves.
like a
It makes
scar.
sense.
Oh my goodness, do not let her hear this.
You're lucky you can't hear that. She will be blowing your head off. You will not be sleeping. Well, I mean, he looks, just.
What do you mean? You'll be eternally sleeping.
Skinnier in this part, and he's a bit taller here. His hair looked a bit more.
Vincent, bend your head over.
What?
Bend your head downwards.
Bend over right now.
I bent over.
Bend over.
I pull out my staff. I bop him on the back of the head. I'm gonna steal his memory.
Vincent,
Ow.
do you resist? Tokas hits you.
Slowly. I'm
No,
not blocking
I
that
trust
hard.
him. I trust him. Little dog to
Just
my
get
head.
him
Alright.
at this point.
Think Tocast. Ooh.
There is
Really
a
a party member.
there's a little bit of a spark between the two of you as some of your hair begins to stand on end and something hot curls into your head.
All right, a spark in something hot. I like where this is going.
Something begins to
Wait.
slither through Vincent's mind. I'll put the spell.
Oh,
I like
shall.
Tosent. Best ship name, Tosent.
Mind
Toasted.
sliver. No, price of memories.
The price of memories.
The price of memories. What's the price? If the price is right.
the hell?
Basically, it's like I can see a memory that lasts for 6 seconds.
Yeah, after
Damn.
the casting is up, which is instantaneous action. So after a few seconds, the little like slither, a little snake of magic like rolls out of Vincent's ear and like slithers back into the staff.
Ugh.
Ugh, shakes, like shudders out of like the kind of.
And the image appears in your mind, Tokas.
I will like take my time to inspect this individual. Does it look like anyone that I've seen so far?
Maybe
You can also just say no, you know, if I just don't know this person.
make me a straight intelligence check.
Fuck yeah, I'm squeezing my brain muscles. Urgh. Where is it?
Gray mat is gonna pop out your skull.
My stats are in my inventory for some reason. Ooh, 5.
Maybe in the tavern at some point.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, like that's where people go,
All
right? Or
sailors
maybe
look the
like when
same.
you, I mean, you do go to arcane acquisitions a lot. A lot of people go there too on like the first day of the week. Yeah, I mean,
Well, I have no idea who this is, but I'm sure people on the island will. It's
the
not
image
like
is also like a little bit flawed. Like for some reason in your mind, the image of this person and also the drawing that Vittorio did are like overlapping a little bit.
Oh my god, I have to erase memory of what I saw in Vittorio's paperwork.
No, this is Vincent's perspective.
Oh my god, cooked. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a chunk of fire opal, and I'm going to cast Vision Stone on the fire opal. And with the same thing that I did for Vittoria's references, I'm going to record the image of this man onto the gem.
Very well.
This is photography with extra steps.
It
Nice.
is. It is now encapsulated.
Nice. Togus will like tap it a few times and whisper a word to the gem, and it'll project. Or won't project anything actually. He'll like hold it out to Vincent and say, "All right, now if you tap it here, you should be able to see the same image, and you can tell me if that's roughly what you saw."
Holy
do stuff.
shit.
I've sent you both an image.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a dastardly man.
That's him.
All right, then we can go around and start asking. Not that he's a criminal of anything, I just think it's probably an interesting avenue to figure out. Someone that
What is-
knows about the cosmology of this place could be useful to ask to.
So you're telling me that this guy just tried to commune with Lady Death, and then that caused the trance. This
I'm
random
telling you, I'm
dude-
saying that he succeeded in communing with Lady Death, and
Oh,
she replied
That's different.
through some rather uncharacteristic means, but he did do that, and it's quite the strange thing to do in the middle of a tavern, but perhaps this divinity in particular requires a crowd to speak through. Gods are all finicky and picky in the way they like to interact with mortals a lot of the time.
That's true.
Important amendment you added there. Someone's just gonna have to roll up his sleeves.
If you guys want to go and look for this guy, I would say that maybe it's a good idea that we zoom out of the party, like walking back into town and like going around with their little poster.
Yeah,
And look back on what some of the other people have done in this downtime up until this point.
Of course.
Lawrence, you've been trying to carve your first real rune for yourself.
Baby's first rune.
Now we're gonna have to pull out the rune carving rules, which I've never had to do for anyone.
Let's go.
I know. It's only took how many
1 day.
years since you first proposed rune carving to us, Amber?
That's because it's very difficult to do.
Very.
All right,
complex.
there's a step-by-step process here. First, you're going to pick which rune you would like to carve.
Like to carve the celestial rune of Mikolas at a moderate level onto my Corva Volux Sunblade.
We're not there yet. Write that down, write that down. For a little bit of backstory, rune carving is a tradition, a craft that is as ancient as Etharis itself. Maybe even more ancient because it definitely predates people naming this continent Etharis, and it definitely predates large portions of society, and it has survived the rise and fall of many civilizations just by being passed from individual to individual. It is not as popular as it was that long ago. Yeah, it is not as popular as it was that long ago. And it is a little bit different from a regular magic item. Instead of the idea, the concept of creating something that is inherently powerful and remains that way, a runic item relies as much on its own power as it relies on using you as a conduit for channeling its magic. As such, runes can be put onto a variety of items rather than being an item themselves, and it is possible to add more than one rune onto an item as well, creating a sort of unique amalgamation of different powers and abilities, although trying to carve a rune onto an item that already has multiple things on it becomes more and more and more difficult, as you are essentially chipping away at whatever made up an item to make space for this, creating a more and more complicated network of sigils. Now then, you want to carve a celestial rune, you would like to do it on the Sunblade. Wait, you wanted to put it on the Sunblade?
Well, yeah, I want to put it on the Sunblade because the party doesn't want to do it at the major level, so I'd rather do it at the moderate level and put it on the Sunblade.
Very well. You need to acquire the materials. We've talked about the price. We're going to disregard the materials right now because here in the Expanse, people can actually buy most types of essences. This place has an abundance of them. You then are going to make a related tool check based on your tradition, which for you is intelligence or wisdom.
It's wisdom.
And you're going to spend 8 hours of undivided attention to it.
Cooked.
Very cooked.
Well, good thing TikTok is not around in this this era, else I would be
So real. No attention span.
fucked.
Absolute.
Lawrence would be fucking Cult of the Brain Rot. Just fucking wondering.
Correct. There are some things that can happen. You can either roll a critical success. Yippee! At the
Okay.
critical success, you roll 10 over the required DC. You manage to carve the rune, and you can get some small amount of the ingredients that you used back. On a success, you
Effective.
just get the rune. Yippee! You can now use it. This is also incredible.
What?
If you fail, you actually damage the ingredients and reduce the quality of a rune by 1 step. If there's no step that goes below it, then wah wah. Very good. Excellent use of confetti. This
Then-
is dangerous work.
Then what? Then what happens? I lose the material, or it fails, or
I mean,
It
yes,
becomes
some of your
worse.
material will be damaged.
it's fine. We have infinite supply while we're here.
Not an infinite supply of money, but I understand exactly what you mean.
Yep.
Ooh.
Now the scary part.
The scary part is rolling the check. I'm gonna pull out my crafting book because I'm checking if one of the rules that I have for crafting applies here. I think it is physically impossible because you will become exhausted
Oh no.
Huh?
doing it.
Which rarity is the Sunblade even?
Rare.
Rare. It's not
Oh.
that bad.
I mean, a total of a +10. That's DC 26. That's difficult, no?
I don't know.
That
what
depends
those are.
entirely. In crafting, there are some rules for crafting in the crafting document that I gave you guys, which is a separate document from the other documents. Skippy!
There's too many documents I'm keeping track.
I can't help it. I have to keep making new documents because every document ends up being 400 pages by itself, okay?
I know it. Give me more.
Like.
Anyway, we have different types of crafting, and they all take different types of time. Let's see. 8 hours of progress. None of this matters. What matters is the most important rule. Taking 10. Savoring the fruits of your labor. You can take 10 by doubling your crafting period. So if something would normally take 2 hours, it now takes 4 hours. And if something takes 8 hours, it now takes 16 hours. At that point, you are allowed to take 10 on the roll, which means that your crafting roll will be a 10, and then you add your modifiers on top of that.
Very nice.
If that is possible, if you are still capable of succeeding, then you can take 10, and then you don't have to roll, and you don't have to worry about that. If you cannot succeed with a 10, you're going to have to make the actual roll. Also, you're going to be exhausted tomorrow.
Damn.
I understand.
I wish I had
How much do you have to
help
roll
you.
for this?
I have a +7.
To DC 27 or 26, I think, right?
It's that high.
Well, it's on a rare magic item, which adds +6 to the rune difficulty, which for a moderate rune is 20 or is 16, and then adding a new. So if there's none on there yet, right?
Yeah.
So that would be DC 22 instead, I think.
DM.
I look at Amber.
Yeah, I'm having a look. Like, bitch, you know for a fact that I haven't had the chance to use these rune carving rules either.
It's been 20 years.
Because it
It has
says
been 20
big
years.
that I cannot open it in my browser.
Don't worry
because it
about
says
it.
adding a new moderate rune is +4, but that's I think if there's already one on there.
No, it's because if there's a minor rune, right, you
Mhm.
can scribe onto the minor rune and evolve it into a major rune. Problem is with the seraphic runes, there is no minor rune, so any rune that you put into
No, but
an
that would be
item
But that would be increasing the rune from minor to moderate, which is +2. It says
Yeah. And
adding
instead,
a new moderate rune is +4.
yeah, exactly. So if you don't go through the process of putting first a minor rune and then a moderate rune, it's more difficult. But because there is no minor runes for the seraph runes, then it's automatically more difficult to write them.
Yeah.
Because
So if that is true, then it is DC 26.
No, it isn't.
oh,
Yeah, that's why I asked.
If there's nothing on it yet, then the DC is 16. Wait, no, we're not starting with the... I'm confusing myself.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
reading the rules. So
Item
Let her figure
rarity.
it out. Let her figure it out. Okay. Throwing them.
It's true. It is true. It is true. Power, which was 16 plus 6. There you go. Placing it on magic items. Beep, 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 beep. My brain tells me that the DC should be 16 plus 6.
yeah, that's why I asked, because it says in the thing, it says adding a new moderate rune, but that's, I think, if there's already one on there, and there's none.
Correct.
is that way? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rules.
So the thought here is, how do I explain this? The thought is that all of those things that are separated by a comma are all different things. So either you're adding something onto an uncommon item, it is +4, or if the item or like it's not a magic item and it already has. Okay, whatever. I don't want to calculate any. I don't
it's
want
just
to
plus
explain
6.
this right now. It's
Yeah.
+6.
Okay. What's the base?
16, I think.
16 for moderate. 22.
So with a +7, that is a 15 on the dice.
This is gonna be tough. Ah, here it is.
Definitely.
But Vittorio or Ferris gave you an inspiration, if I.
Yeah, if you
If
can't.
you didn't have any yourself.
If you don't.
Yeah,
have
I have one.
Yeah.
Thank you. I also don't know if I can use human determination.
This is like a multiple days thing, right?
It's 8 hours.
Hmm.
Me when I'm humanely determined to succeed? Question mark.
Yeah. I am humane about it.
He's
I don't
beginning
know if
to
you can
believe.
human determine that.
Up to you.
You are the arbiter.
Real.
I mean, if you spend an inspiration, then you could no, yeah.
It's not a reroll, it's just advantage inspiration, right?
It's an yeah, I know. It's 2 rolls. Two rolls at a +7.
Um,
I guess I normally roll a rule that people cannot use all the
Yeah,
all those extra things on long term.
That is true.
Can't
This
use
is
favor by
true.
the gods either.
It is unfortunate.
Do I have
Correct.
anything?
Inspiration is advantage, and then +1 for each one on top.
Yeah, that's true. Though I don't think we've voted a lot lately, so
We have not.
not a lot of people have inspiration left.
I think we did. No, I was like, we did vote last time, but no, it was
Nope.
only
We did
only
it.
Gabe.
Yeah, real.
Mm,
I have a.
it was actually on the What day was that? The 3rd of October? It's when we did a double
It was
session.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
2 weeks ago, we had a double session. They very much enjoyed that Friday.
Yeah, we voted then, but before that, without counting the break, of course, it's been a while since we voted a lot.
I
It
will
would be
let
literally
each of
exactly a
you-
month ago.
I'll let each of you have
Hey.
one inspiration that I was meant to give to you then, because I was
Very
very
nice.
impressed with everyone then.
Huge.
That's crazy.
Nice.
Oh, apparently I do have an inspiration. It said 1 out of 3. I've just not never looked at it.
In all the trackers I have, I also kind of lose track of them at one point.
Unbelievable.
All right. Amber,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call in my trusted ally, Shelly the Library Automaton, to give me a hand.
Jelly the OG.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't have hands, but yeah, they will help.
Give me an eye. Keep an eye out on things.
Of course.
Lawrence will. This is a matter of ritual. Corva Volik's Sunblade has been with him for some time now, and he has spent a lot of time and energy and nights mulling over it and the story of how it came into his possession. He will he'll scrub the room top to bottom, move everything out the way, all to the sides, all to the edges of the room. Scrubs it all down, covers everything in tarps and tarps and tarps until it's just the table, the chair, and the blade. He lays it all out. He lights candles and burns incense, and he petitions the departed spirit of Corva Volok to allow this blessing and as he works, he speaks. Speaks to the blade not as if it is a blade, but more so that it is a person, an ally, gently chiding it with each modification, each tweak, each adjustment he adds before he pulls his tool back, rinses it in holy water, runs a clean rag across its surface, and discards it to the ever-growing pile at his side, and continues his work. Bit by agonizing bit, he attempts to not alter, not change this indomitable nature that resides within the Sunblade, the indomitable faith that was held by its namesake. But in the vast, with a great swinging strikes of each of those blades, that bit of energy that is lost with those heavy, wide strikes, focus down so it's a little bit thinner in the way that a blade is sharpened on a whetstone and made sharper as a result. And that excess energy, that shaving, rather than casting it to the side, is drawn down, following small new channels in the hilt, in the wings that surround it, in its crown down into the handle, where it shall reside. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I require no inspiration from my allies, for I already, with this latest edition, now have 3 inspiration, which puts me at max.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be dropping all of that into this.
Fat stack of inspiration. Look at this man. He has so much inspiration.
Bonk.
Go ahead, spend it all.
This is like, this is like a year's worth of inspiration.
Dong.
I spend it all. Right. D20.
Reduced to 0.
Advantage. +7.
Reduced to atoms.
What does adding the extra inspirations do? I believe it gives me an additional modifier, right?
1, so you get a
+2.
+2 in total.
Okay.
You have advantage and a +2.
Okay, +9. Let's go. I don't have fate.
Would you feel better if you rolled to me in private?
No, it balls open. What do you mean
Mhm.
private?
Balls to the walls.
Oh.
What is
Balls
gonna
open.
change?
Nothing.
My shame.
No shame, you gotta own it up.
Honestly, I do feel shame when my character fails to do something sometimes. I'm like, damn, why am I bad?
Them literally
Why am I
wrote in your
bad at the-
backstory that this was the only thing you were good at. How fucking dare you?
How can I be bad at the chance game?
Let's go!
Nice.
Look at that.
Natural 20!
Perfect.
He does, in fact. We're allowed to the confetti. Oh my lord. Jenny's favorite technique for bladed items and other metal armors and even cups, she says. The smallest item she's ever inscribed was a single nail. Her favorite technique is etching them with acid to lay the channels to work the essence into them. And making the channels, it's a complicated process, but with a bit of artistry, just about anyone can learn how to etch beautiful shapes. It's all about how you manage to stretch essence down to literal fibers, a blob of energy or a hunk of meat, and spin it almost into threads with which you can create almost a dream catcher, a focus through which magic isn't just passing through, but actually changing and shaping into something else. Something consistent, something that you can rely on will always be the same no matter if you do it once or 100 or 1,000 times. And that threading, that takes the longest part here. The channels here are very fine. You have the rune laid out, but the blade is an unwieldy design. The easiest choice would have obviously been to choose the bladed part itself, but it's not always the right choice. And so channels now spread out through its leathery hilt and up into the wings and its crown. They move over the little sockets, the eyes of the skull, its hilt. And you spend nearly the entire evening threading little bits and pieces of essence through it. Until finally, by the end of the day, you have something that can be... It can be called little less than perfect. As the Sunblade takes the seraphic seal well, and the item is upgraded. Confetti time! Yippee!
Very difficult. Great success.
Excellent work. You may add the seal to the description of the Sunblade.
Holy shit, guys.
Most excellent work.
Gonna add it already to its massive fucking item description.
Whoopsie.
How did that get there?
It wouldn't have been me writing shit.
Ambarino.
Yeah.
And I remember this as I open the sheet, but Jenny inscribed her major rune onto this sword already. Actually,
You should not told me that.
I assumed it was on
Maybe
the
you should tell me.
feather.
Maybe you should have told me it was on a different item.
But even with that added difficulty, still success, I think.
It's not an added difficulty. It is impossible to combine two completely different,
Runic
like rune
arts.
traditions.
Oh.
is it now? All right.
So what he meant to say is,
So
What he meant to say is,
It's on the
good thing
feather.
that's on the feather. All right, it's on the feather. Right.
I mean,
And
what you say
Jenny's
is
runes are
you
on
put
here,
that
so-
rune. I was about to say, what you say is you put that rune on the most difficult to describe item because, like, a runic tutor can do whatever they want. I don't make them roll.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm glad we established that. What I mean is, when they take 10, they, unless you're asking like them to inscribe major, like 6 major runes on an artifact, they will like succeed if you just pay enough money.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It is the benefit of being a master at your craft.
Meisterkrafter.
Right. Lawrence has got his thing. You can spend the rest of the week chilling.
Yippee!
Well, the rest of the party was looking for lore. Exactly. You can spend time with your boyfriend while,
He's not gonna be happy when he comes back and sees what I've done with the room.
he's like, what the fuck is all this stuff? Who did you fucking kill in the room? What the hell?
Lawrence, where's the furniture?
It looks like one of Dexter's fucking kill
Yeah.
rooms.
I was about to say, like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, interesting. I love what you've done with the place. We have 2 more people who've done some research, and we've got Tokas as well, who's planning a party.
Correct.
Party time.
Who wants their research first? Then we can,
Zarios.
very well.
That's me.
Ooh. We can go over the
Oh my
pieces of
ghost.
lore that he is uncovered.
The people
There's
have
a
spoken.
surprising amount.
They know much
Because
about draconic transformations here.
I don't know about that. Because a draconic transformation, or to be the literal blood of the half dragon, is a very, very rare transformation. I mean, transformations are also already rare because not a lot of people survive the process of becoming something else.
Well, I wouldn't have survived the not process of becoming something else, so...
Yeah, that's true. Well, maybe that's the key, who knows.
I
And
need to
even
be
a few people like know the secrets, and even fewer people have actually survived ascending to something else. To undergo the draconic transformation is to subject yourself to vast power and to expose yourself to a dragon's extreme mutability. But all of that comes at the cost of boundless arrogance and corruptive greed. To hoard more of something.
I'm already the best, so...
Of course. The first piece of lore Yeah. The first piece of lore is more of a general. Yeah, a little bit of general information about dragons. Because dragons are very rare. Very few people know about their unique physiology. How they are not really any type of type, but they are rather extreme mutants. They can adapt to just about any environment if you give them a little bit of time or a chance. And so your first information is maybe as much fiction as it is fact. That dragons do collect specific items or powers, and they hoard them rather jealously. And the thought behind this is the dragons are likely trying to kickstart some sort of adaptation within themselves. That they are capable of taking on some of the traits of the items that they hoard, and thus allow themselves to grow in power more and more the further their hoard grows. The second piece. Yeah, the second piece is actually a tale of someone here in the Expanse. They called him Tullen Brown-Scaled, and he was actually human, but he was also half-dragon. And he came from Iris. Supposedly, he ascended to true dragonhood after being blessed by some sort of draconic divinity or entity from his own world. And then he came to the Expanse to spread tales of his divinity, but he was tragically drowned by a kraken while trying to chart new routes between Port Kalo and Port Majeure for the kingdom.
Oh crap! I am losing track. But the
I've got this all written
Kraken.
down. You don't have to worry about it. I've written all down.
The one time in my life I've tried to take notes, and it's so fast.
The third piece is that half-dragons, or people with a draconic transformation, are very much, actually very often, progeny of true dragons. or they have undergone a very specific type of ritual to have become the way that they are, and to continue growing in the way that they are. The records that you read, let's just say that money that you spend for that downtime, most of that went into these records because not a lot of people have them, and those that have them jealously hoard them as well.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, they're dragons.
Literally, like, ooh. To drink or to bathe in the blood of a powerful dragon, to eat its flesh, to hibernate in a dragon's lair, or, in exceedingly rare cases, to be offered half of the heart of a dragon in a true act of connection.
Hey, that's intense. The only thing I didn't manage to is write down the.
There's one more.
Oh,
Going off of that, in the ethereal expanse, dragons are among the most deadly and the most intelligent across every single water. They are all unique, and yet all of them appear to be driven to devour Ethereum. And each of them develops these Ethereum-like crystalline growths that erupt from between their scales. Some scholars think that dragons come from the maelstrom, while others think that they must also originate from different worlds.
okay.
It doesn't really matter what is a truth, because dragons are not affected by the aether like we are, as they are said to lair exclusively beneath the waves. And this is what
That
you
is
find out.
mighty interesting. I've managed to copy everything except the damn route, which makes me feel a little bit sad. Route between Port Kylo and Port Majure for the kingdom. Okay, and based on this, I can. I don't want to say assume, but I can pretty much take the idea that is it theft is gave their heart willingly, sort of, to me in this, because that's the way I became a dragon. I imagine is I can, because I'm a half dragon technically right now, sort of.
You could interpret it that way. You could interpret it
Because-
as someone giving you their heart willingly. Although you
because
didn't take
I've-
half a heart, you took a whole heart.
Yeah, so I don't know if that fucks things up. But after I learned that, I would like to do an additional thing, or attempt to. Something I've done before, but that would have a very different meaning now, sort of. I would like to meditate in the same way I did when I tried to break away from the Pact Breaker. In that shell of my own acidic wings that would cover me in this little thing. So I'm not doing it in a tavern, before I say this. I'm not destroying another tavern's room just to do my little experiment. But I will simply meditate, listen to the beat of my own heart. Well, not my own heart, which is the point. To, at least in my mind, not pray to Isitheth. But like to mentally thank her, to see if I can delve deep within me to thank that little bit of them for like giving their heart to me in that way. Like I don't expect them to react. I just want to take a moment in the evening and a couple of evenings after I learned to thank her. Because she was called upon.
This is true. Your heart beats steadily in your chest. more powerful than it was before, more powerful than it would have ever been had you still been what you were before that day. Whether or not you interpret this as someone giving you their heart willingly, or whether that opportunity was squandered forever when you took whole when there was only supposed to be half, is something that you yourself will have to determine.
I will. In this moment, I am feeling it in a thankful way. Like,
Of course.
we will be great together. Like, we are better than them. But yeah, I will meditate on it and do some more. There's also something else I'd like to do in this downtime. Specifically at the very first day of it, sort of the before the very first day of it, I'd like to give everyone a mango. Because I still have 6 in my inventory and know that if I don't give them out now and I don't eat them, they will spoil.
That's
great.
fine. You are deathly ill on your first day.
Oh no, why am I deathly ill?
You haven't slept all night.
Oh, why haven't I slept all night?
You can't find any rest. You're having such a great time yesterday with Jackie as well.
Oh, wait. I need to buy a cure, don't I?
That'll be 50 GP.
Yeah, I know. I'll spend 50 GP that I didn't
Wait, was
spend
it
on the
50?
scroll.
Was 100.
Yeah, I was about to say. I
Oh
think
my
it's
fucking
100.
god. That's so expensive.
Listen, business is business.
I'm like, I thought we were friends, man.
Hmm.
No.
Are we?
I don't know. We talked about plants the entire time.
Give
I
me a
feel like at
charisma
least.
check.
Okay. Would it be charm, or just? I mean, it's the same
Straight
thing. For me.
charisma.
Let's see. I'm gonna click charm, but it's the same thing. I don't have any efficiency in it. Let's go.
Hmm. Yeah, I suppose. For friends, I do like to brew a thing every now and again.
I appreciate it. Hey, if you're there tonight, I'm gonna play a song specifically for you. So it's any song. Just tell me any song and I'll play it. Just for you.
I will give that a good think over.
So how much do I owe you?
50 for a friend.
I smiled. There's just this immense happiness. Like this man basically just gave me like $1 million type of smile. This is so much money that I save. Oh, I'm so happy.
Jesus Christ.
What do you mean, Jesus Christ? Money's important, okay?
That's true.
I have no more
It is
mangoes as
important.
well. Sad.
Ooh, Spitz is a
Yeah.
very nice guy.
Oh, they're a fantastic guy. Like they are the best.
Those of
They're going to be
you,
the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I will tell you, since you've made companions with him here, you can make checks against Spitz. He, with successful check, he can spend a week getting ingredients for someone, and he can make any uncommon potion for 100 or any rare one for 1,000.
I will.
The rare one takes longer, though. I think that one takes nearly a month.
I will inform Tokas. Well, I'll inform everyone, but specifically Tokas, because I think he would be the first one that's like, yes, I would like this. So I will basically be like, so 500 for any uncommon potion. He's willing to give us a deal because we're friends. So I mean, I imagine I haven't talked with him every night in this downtime because I play music at the tavern to earn my keep, so that I don't starve. But yeah, I will thank him. I will say goodbye, and I'd like to spend like the evenings talking to him and Jackie, just because I like Jackie as a person, and they are a dragon, which I think is cool.
No,
Of course.
Jackie said that Sarius was a passing interest.
Mm. Oh, 100 GP for an uncommon potion.
Correct.
Oh, that.
I thought you were just like
Ooh.
ripping the party off. You were like
No,
500.
he
I was
said
like,
500.
are you charging up 400 gold for your party? Is this your
No,
new
no, no,
scheme?
no, no, no.
It's
I
like,
thought you
guys,
said
I can get
500.
any
I'm so sorry.
uncommon potion for 500 gold for you. And the party's like, what?
No, I'm so sorry. I thought you said 500. That is stupid. I should have realized there is 100% 1 or 2 potions we should buy. If
Yeah.
that is the case, there's a couple of potions we should try and get.
Yeah, but it takes a week for a single one.
So we need to think of one potion that we want. I
Yeah,
have
you can
an
think
idea.
of a potion, uncommon one. If you like, before you leave, you can also commission like a bigger potion, and then
That's
if you
true.
ever come back, you get that. You pick it up.
Yeah.
You know, it takes him quite a while to get all that. He's not that fast. You know, he takes strolls around the city.
There. I was thinking potion of growth. I mean, that's fire for any of us.
True.
And I was thinking specifically give it to Tokas.
You can consider that while I tell Vittorio, what piece is he called? You and Delphine have a look around for information.
Yo.
The
Let's go.
first bit of lore that you will come to learn is that the island group that you're looking to go to is called the Sunlit Archipelago, which is strange because there's no sun. Also, the borders of the island are very dangerously close to the edge, which is one of several reasons why it is not really ever visited. It was first mapped by an individual called Silas the Windvane Walker, whose logbooks you go through over this week, and who describes that they were blown off course by a vicious storm before very nearly crashing into the island itself due to a humongous mist bank that seemed to envelop it. The second bit of lore that you uncover is a bit more about the different little islands. There is a map included that is rather beautifully illustrated.
Let's go.
It even details some of the elements that raged across the islands upon their discovery, as well as a few landmarks. And the third bit that you guys uncover is learning why nobody goes there. Because Delphine does her best to read, but she's really not that great at it. But she employs her slightly better social skills by also asking around on top of trying to read. The islands are considered not worth traveling to or too dangerous for most of the smaller average Drake crews because there's rumors that there's something supernatural there that causes things to grow far too large.
Fucking go.
Windvane's cryptic logs quickly tell you that it is supposedly inhabited by titanic creatures, some of which sleeping under the guise of boulders or even mountain ranges. It is an island of giants. Yeah, that's a cute map.
It's very nice. Oh,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
see, oh, mappy.
People slowly loading in.
Yeah.
Yo, that's cool as shit.
Oh,
Yo,
that is a very nice map.
Tokas, Rune Titans.
Oh my god.
Damn, look at all of these skeletons.
Necromancer's Paradise.
Also,
Ah,
I'm just hyped at the oversized creatures.
Zarius, look
What?
here, look here. Lock in,
I'm-
lock in.
I was
Top
just
side of the map.
where?
Top side of the map, right here, right here, right here.
Oh,
Look
I'm
where my
looking.
thing
I'm
is.
looking. I'm looking.
Dragon.
Oh my god! Look at the dragon.
There's 2 of them. You know what
Whoa.
that means?
We can drink their blood, all of
Oh.
us.
We can. No, I'm not gonna drink it, but you know we can dip you in a dragon stew or something.
That's
Nice.
true.
What?
Oh, that's so
Stealing.
cool.
Do whatever you want, man.
I mean, it depends on if they're nice or bad dragons.
Lock in. Sea dragons, right here.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Also, lock in. Where is it? Round 2, electric boogaloo.
Cork Bottle Island, we're so back.
No.
No! We're not going to Corkball Island!
We're uncorking that bottle.
Amber, based on the coin, where would the X be on this map?
I mean, you have the coin, don't you?
Yes.
I do.
You have an image of the coin.
I'm looking.
Did you steal it of me? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I see. The coin would need to be flipped. That's why.
Oh.
Where did I save this image?
I remember it was top right in the image. Just that was in my memory of this map that was burned into it for 2 seconds, like fucking the V in Handsome Jack's face.
I think
What?
it's I think it's somewhere over here.
This is, I think, about where it was, right? This area.
Then-
Where's the fucking image? I'm using the F word too much. I apologize.
It's
stream.
shift. It's shift. Hold click to ping a place. Mhm.
See, there you go. But I'm not being dragged anywhere.
it's in the left there.
Yeah, top right. Oh, that looks like a skull.
That does. I mean, a little bit maybe.
Yeah, like this here, skull. Wee.
But that is where the X should be.
Little skull.
That's a very derpy looking skull, but a skull nonetheless.
I'm sorry that the landmass doesn't match with your artistic vision of what a skull is.
No, it's okay.
I'm doing the best again.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, that's good. We know where to look as well. That's a cool set of islands.
I want to spend my life here, maybe, like adventuring until like 3 months later.
That's
Just
right.
based on
Is that
look
your
at this
life?
island.
3 months?
Yeah.
What you didn't know about Dragonborn is that we live until the ripe old age of 25.
Rough.
That's actually what I want to become a dragon, so I live longer than 25 years.
Alright, well, I'll let you guys explore this map.
Oh,
Tokas. Tokas, are you here?
you might.
Alright, you can talk about among yourselves for a little longer. I'm gonna quickly go to the toilet and then hopefully he's back.
Zarius, during those couple of nights, will inform what he has found. I don't know what will happen after because I wasn't there, and apparently shit happened. But Zarius will come up and is like, so I've learned a couple of things about becoming more of a dragon.
Alright.
So, well, obviously, like we thought, we need a dragon to make me more of a dragon. Which sounds obvious, of course, but we don't have to, based on what I found, we don't have to implant their body parts into me.
I mean, it would
Okay,
be,
good, because I don't know if I can do that surgery again. I'm gonna be super honest.
I mean, yeah, no, that's good. So, from what I learned, this is just what some people told me. You have to go like through some ritual. You can either like drink or bathe in the blood of a powerful true dragon, or eat its flesh, or we can like I can hibernate in a dormant dragon's lair, or very rarely be offered half of its heart in an act of true connection.
okay, well, I mean, you already have a dragon heart inside of you, so I guess that rules that out.
I mean, yeah, it's Isetheth heart.
Mm-hmm.
But if we found a dragon of powerful variety, and either it willingly gives up some of its blood, or we have to fight it and we kill it, I could theoretically get achieved to become more of a dragon.
Alright. And what would you think would make a dragon willingly give up some of their blood?
Well, I'd ask first. Maybe we can help a dragon in some way. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a good dragon.
Yeah, I don't think good or bad changes the fact that
No, I
I
mean,
wouldn't bloodlet myself for some stranger either.
no. I imagine we'd have to do something for the dragon, or I'd have to do something for the dragon.
Also, are you sure this is even a good idea? Isn't your money sickness just gonna get worse?
Yeah.
Probably they hoard dragon magic items very jealously. And it says that they take some of the powers of their magic items, which, I mean, depending on which one, might work or might not be too good. I mean, 2 of my magic items are made from not very scrupulous people, like not
Right,
creatures.
perfect. But do you already know how to deal with this problem if it gets worse?
The money situation? No, I would not right now not have a way to stave it off.
Well, then you should probably figure that out before you go and become more
I mean,
of a dragon.
I know how. It's just earning more money.
Why don't you earn more money then, and then become a better dragon, you know?
You mean this place that doesn't trade in normal fucking money? Darius looks pretty pissed.
Yeah, I mean that. I don't think you should try to become a true dragon, as it calls it, if it's just gonna spell trouble for everyone.
Yeah, that's why of course I want to be prepared. But like if I, for example, get blood, I don't have to immediately drink it or eat it. I could store it and eat it later once the negative effects wouldn't be bad. Let me tell you about something more, actually. Because I paid a lot of money to be able to read this book. The pirates here are very stingy about the
Says you.
borrowing. What the fuck, Fastly? Why would you say that about me? It's true, but that was uncalled for.
No, he's very right. You may do so again at your leisure.
What the?
I will.
I thought we had fun sparring.
I prefer to be realistic.
Okay, yes. Yeah,
Sorry,
you
this
can be
does need his
realistic without
reality
saying.
check.
I know. I know how much I like money. I know how jittery I get, but that's already in the plans. But the more important thing I was about to share you is that while you know that dragons are powerful and intelligent and deadly, right?
No.
I mean, you've never heard the stories. I mean, you've seen Scrakequall.
Scrackle
Not
was
ringing any bells. Vasily?
No, never heard of that.
Look, I know we weren't friends with Scrakequall, but I feel like that's a bit mean. Anyway.
Strange books, isn't he?
Anyway, all dragons here appear to be driven to devour Ethereum crystals.
Yes, you should definitely not, you know, go further down that path while we're here.
No, I know, sort of.
No, not sort of. Just
I
plainly.
can't save you. I can't save you if you eat Ethereum crystals, Zarius. I'm sorry.
Well, they're also while they
I'm
get.
sorry, man. It's
I
just
mean,
not
yeah,
gonna
no,
happen.
I mean,
I'll do what I
Dragonborn can
can.
eat
Also-
Dragonborn
also-
can eat Ethereum, right? Like you saw
Also-
your captain, your former captain has
Also-
Ethereum tail.
Yeah, but and they get like these crystalline Ethereum growths, but also they're immune to the negative effects when they become they get it.
right, but there's a difference between you and a naturally born dragon.
Yeah,
I don't think you
He's
should
like,
go down
no,
that
there's no difference between him and a natural born dragon. He is a
look at it
dragon.
like,
What?
first of all, I am a half dragon. Second of all,
path. Yeah, so you're half immune to Ethereum crystals. Want to find out what happens with the other half?
no, I don't. No, of course not.
Just
I
eat it. Put the
understand.
bar in your mouth, Sarius.
No. What's that voice? Tarko, what are you doing?
No,
here?
no one can take the bar from you anymore after you eat it.
I just. The guy who ate glass. Don't eat glass. I know it says grass, but don't eat glass. And there's also some other things, but you know, it feels to me that Tokas is suddenly like not paying attention. I give it back to you, Amber, as I just spoke
All right.
to fill up the void.
That's all right. Tokas,
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to plan a party, a little feast,
Yeah.
and you were gonna leave the first bit to Jay. So when you reconvene after like buying and selling a bit, she comes to you. She has a checklist.
Oh boy, what is the checklist?
It says in like big letters. It seems like she took a lot of time to like try to write it really prettily. It says Sea Dog Send Off Party.
Okay.
So I took the I took the time to put together a little budget guide, and I was thinking like we should maybe like discuss the budget first. I thought about like 2 tiers, and then maybe you should like decide what's like the best choice here.
All right. I already love the idea. Hit me up with that.
Okay, she pulls out 2 pieces of paper, and they have like a whole like list of like a whole checklist on both of them. One of them is called No Frills, and the other one's called Proper Party for Pirates. And there's like a whole breakdown of the budget already like written out. So like this one I would call like tier 1, like like no frills. I would say we're probably gonna need anywhere between like 50 and 100 gold to like really make this work. It's like gonna be just solid hearty meal, nothing fancy. And then this one, she says, sliding the other one over, it's a significantly longer list. I think Proper Private Party is like gonna hit the sweet spot, like I'm just saying, like from like a personal point of view, I just think it would be much better. You like your eyes scroll down like past the long list. You look at the bottom where there's like the stripe for the total. Her estimations are like between 150 and 300.
I blinker. I splinker. I look up. That is considerably less than I thought.
I mean, if you want, she pulls out a third paper.
Oh no.
She pulls out a third paper, and like it looks like it's been folded a couple of times, and she like smooths it out in front of you. It's called Admiral's Affair. So like, it's an even longer list at the bottom. The number goes up to like 1,000. I was thinking this is maybe a little bit extravagant. I really think that tier 2 here is like a sweet spot in the middle, you know?
I do think that about 100 gold for, well, a grand of gold for a party is a tad too much. But second option to me looks perfect.
I mean, I was just presuming like a halfling party, but then everything is really expensive here, you know, like the things that I think a party really needs.
Yeah, when the economy is based on extremely volatile material, then it's definitely harder to figure out the price of things. But we've got plenty of funds for something on a bigger style, he says as he plops down a bag with 300 gold coins.
Okay, so what I'm thinking, right, is like she says, she goes down the list. So for food, I was thinking like roast boar, like from the island that we had. They do have it here. It's a little on the expensive side, but it can be done. I was thinking big pots of fish too. I was thinking like the hardtack that we have, like when people travel here, but then like we can soften it in gravy as well. I was thinking like roasted root vegetables. I was thinking loaves of bread, and then there was this really nice seller, right, on the market. I mean, he's not here all the time, but like there's a market, like, well, I think it should be the day after tomorrow again, and like he sells these like big sharks or like big crabs, and I was thinking if you could just roast it on a spit, that's gonna be like really great. And then we can do like some sausages, some fresh pies, and then like a good wheel of cheese, because I think every party really needs a good wheel of cheese. And then like some fruits, like mangoes,
He's just nodding
like for
along.
novelty. And then I'm thinking like good quality ale. I'm thinking some good like casks of pretty good rum, maybe some wine, because you know that is like the only thing that Vasily really wants to drink, even if I know he doesn't really like it. And then I was thinking we could get like a nice pavilion by the dogs. It's also included here in my budget. And then we could do some decorations. Could be like the cruise flags. I was already working on that. And then, well, you know, yeah. I was already working on that, and I was thinking some like we could put like seaweed on these like strings and kind of like make like the banners with them. I will show you my vision later because I also made some sketches, but that's for like the next page. And then we could maybe get some like musicians, and like Zarius could play a bit, and then maybe we could get someone who like tell stories, or maybe we could get someone who who's like does like the fire spitting thing, because people seem to really enjoy that for some reason, and I think that's pretty cool, you know. And then because this is like mid-tier, I was thinking we could also do like party favors, because like I think it would be really nice if like before everyone left we give them like a little gift, and like that's also in the budget here.
Link. He'll run his eyes down the list again, sort of looking up and down and nodding along. She explains. But that
Okay,
sounds doable to me. I just hope their sailors won't be wrecked the next couple of days, because they'll be hard to leave port.
No, it'll be totally fine. we will take care of that. So like what we got to do now, she flips the page over and there's like another checklist. So what we're going to have to do together is first we're going to go visit the venue, and then I'm going to need your help to haggle a little bit, because they were like being a little bit difficult and stingy, but I think we could like knock a couple more gold off, you know. Then we're going to go and visit the butcher again, and we're going to also sample like the different like drinks that they have. And then we're going to audition some people like bards and whatnot. And then I would also really like to find a fire eater, so we're gonna have to do that as well. And then maybe if you want to, invite some more people, we should probably write some invitations, or like go to them and like ask them.
Well, I can't eat the fire, but I can sound the fire, I guess. Maybe that's that.
She blinks at you a few times, and then she goes to the list and she starts writing it down. Maybe Tokas? ? We can knock a couple of gold off there.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's better to find a professional. And then he kind of turns around and he places a peck on her forehead. Thank you for all this work.
Oh, well, this is just a pre-work. We're gonna do the work together now. Let's go.
Yep. You pass
Jace,
his pants.
yeah, as
Sign
Jace
them.
drags you away with her like whole stack of papers, getting ready to throw a nice party for the party next session.
Party.
Yippee!
So what happened with Egghead? Because I didn't see any of that.
That's true. The egghead's not there.
Yeah, the short version is Vincent was in the tavern. Everyone stopped talking, looked up in the sky, and then they all repeated the same thing in unison. It was very strange, about Lady Death and stuff. And then they went back to normal, and when Vincent brought this up, Tokas went and did some wizardly investigation and followed the spell trace as well with Witch Sight, which ended up outside of the egg TM. But Egghead was not at home, and no one else was there. Tokas called the rest of us over. Vittorio followed some tracks because he noticed that, there was actually someone here. Then they went out after Tokas arrived, and then they walked carefully in Tokas's tracks to hide their own tracks, and then we lost track of them near the cobblestones. But we do have somewhat of an image of them from Vincent's memory when he used his glasses to view the past hour.
Okay.
And the most important piece of information that I forgot to mention is that Tokas figured out it was someone who cast the spell divination. And then Lady Death was like, okay, so anyway, I'm just gonna possess these people to relay the answer.
Damn.
So yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
But yeah, this was something within 7 days, something bad is gonna happen involving Lady Death. But that's not really our problem,
Anyway, we'll find out next time.
Yeah, we'll find out next time when we have a nice party on the 7th day. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Until next week, I hope you all have a splendid time, and thank you all for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.